Greetings, this is Jim Lindsay, and I'm your teacher for CIS 141. I wanted to check in with you. I've gotten some questions about the SAM projects after this last round that sort of alarm me. There are things I think you should know, and I think most of you know, but some of you I think don't. So I want to make sure that you're up to date with where you should be with some of these resources. So first of all, let me show you this. On the Blackboard website, if you come down here to the, hold on, let me get it to where, this is what you guys see. If you look on the Blackboard website, okay, I had to reacclimate myself. I'm teaching a couple of different classes, and it's a little bit different on this class. Okay, for this class, you guys go to the assignment page of Blackboard, and right up here at the top of the assignment page, you have this whole folder of SAM projects. And so as you look at this, as you go into SAM projects, there are video tutorials for every single project, and so be watching these. I've been getting some questions from you guys, and I've been trying to respond individually, but I think at this point it's collective. Like, man, maybe they don't know. There are video tutorials over every single one of these projects, and so, for example, if I want to know what I should do in order to succeed at this Excel 2. There's a link right here to a YouTube video. If I click on that,
hello, welcome to
and I'll
video
mute
recording.
that, but this is Dr. Thad Cruz, and he's basically going through and working on this project. And as you look at this, he's showing you step by step exactly how to do this project. It's been out there since the beginning. These tutorials have been out here, so be watching these. That's the first point I want to make. So make sure you're watching the tutorial for 3 or 4 minutes, then you jump over into SAM. You get your start files, you get your instructions, you get any kind of support files you need, work on it, do it, and then here's the second big point. Save it and close it. Some of you have been getting scores actually of 0 on stuff that I think the reason you've gotten a score of 0 is because you tried to submit it while it was open. Office 2016 is especially bad about that, so that's why we save and close your work before you try and upload it to the site, because otherwise you may get like those scores of 0. So let me jump over to SAM, the actual SAM site. So I want to make sure on the assignment page of the Blackboard site, you've got this whole folder of SAM projects. Down here at the bottom are the video tutorials. You should be watching the tutorial as you work on the project, okay? And let me jump over to SAM, and I'm going to grab some start files. Okay, I'm at the SAM login page. I'm going to log in with my student account, which is my Samuel Tarly guy from the Game of Thrones, and I get into onto the SAM page, look at my activity list, and I'm going to go for Excel 2. I'm going to click on Excel 2 here, and of course I haven't submitted it yet, so I have 5 more attempts. I hit start, and I have to download my instructions. To get those, I click on it. It's going to say where you want to put it. You could open it, but don't. Save it, hit save, and pull those to your computers. It's going to probably go to your download folder wherever you have that configured. I'll also download my start file. Again, save it, don't open it. And then you could have additional support files. There may be pictures in there, and there may be additional resources you need to complete the project, but those will line up. Now I need to work on it, right, and then come back and submit it. And that's what I want to show you here in just a minute, is looking at your grades, because many of you have been contacting me wanting to know why you got your score and what things you missed. Well, you can and should be checking this stuff out yourself as soon as you submit it. And so let me make sure that you know where that is. So let me jump over to these things I just downloaded. We'll come right back to this and submit it in just a second. Hold on one second, I'll pause this. Okay, here are the files I downloaded. I have my instructions. Open that up. That, of course, is a Word document, and it's going to tell me the steps to complete in order to do my project, right? Also, I have my start file. You'll see it's the one that ends in the number 1. Open that up, and I can start to do my work on it. You'll see as I look at my instructions, of course, the first step is going to be to change the file name from a 1 to a 2. I'll do that in just a minute. And at the same time, I'll also just do a step or two, because I want you to see what a grade report looks like with some things correct and some things incorrect. And so It's going to also tell me to switch over to a particular sheet of the workbook and change the theme to Office. And so let me jump over here to my workbook, jump over to Profit Analysis, and my themes are going to be under Design. Go to Design here. My design stuff is going to come from my page layout, so go to my themes here, and you'll see right now it has this facet theme. You see it's kind of green. They want me to put Office on it, and by doing that, it made it look different, right? So I've applied, I can check that by going here. I've put the Office theme onto my document. Jump over here, I'll save it real fast. File, save as, and I'm going to change the name from the 1 to the 2 and save. I'm going to do one other step here just so I can show you what correct steps look like and incorrect steps look like. Okay, so for column A, I'm going to change the width to 15. So I'm going to go to column A here, select it, and I'll adjust its width. Let me go back to home. Let's format its width. Right now it's at 13.14. I'll change it to 15, hit OK. And I believe what they also want us to do is take row 1 and auto fit it, basically make it so it will be big enough to house everything that's stored in there. So I'll come over here to row 1, and I'm just going to double click between the 1 and the 2, and that makes it auto fit to that size, right? So I'll save it. So I should have 2 steps correct when I submit this thing, and that's I'll do that now. So I'm going to save it one more time and close it. Close it, close it, close it, close it before you try to submit something. All right. So I have it closed. I don't need the instructions anymore. So let me go back to the SAM website, and this is Excel 2. So I'm going to click back on Excel 2. It's going to give me that reminder again. Hey, you have 5 more submissions. Okie dokie, thank you. Come down here to the submission part, and if you ever don't see that, you probably just need to scroll down. There's usually a slider bar in here if there's additional stuff, but I can see it now, so I'm going to hit Browse. Go to the desktop where my demo folder is, and there's my number 2 thing that I saved a second ago. Hit Open and Submit, and see it's thinking about it. May take just a minute. Let me pause it. Okay, that took about 30 seconds, but you get this screen. It says, hey, we got your stuff. It passed the virus scan, the file format is correct, the file size is about right. Now this is the third really big point from this lesson. Now go check your score. If you're not checking your score, you're really leaving yourself at a huge disadvantage, because you may have made some mistakes that you can correct, and then then you're leaving points on the table, right? So how do you check your score? Well, up here at the top you've got this Reports tab, right? Click on Reports, and because this is the only thing I've submitted with Samuel Tarley in this class, you'll see that that's right there. My report, my grade report, or study guide. What you want is the grade report. You click on it, and I'll save this thing back to my machine. It may ask me where I want to put that, or I may just put it in my downloads. So let me go open it. Okay, here's that file. You'll see it says report on the end of it. The rest of the file name looks the same, right? But it has the word report added in there. And if I submit this at second, third, fourth, fifth time, this number right here is going to increment from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 as I get more reports for this same project. So let me open up my report, see what it looks like, and I'll enable the editing, and it'll say, hey, Samuel, you got 10 points out of 100. And because it's an Excel document, notice that it created a worksheet in this workbook that is just about my grade. Over here's the documentation that was in the original, as well as the stuff that I was working on when I was changing stuff. And as I scroll down here, here's where I started to miss things, like I didn't try these guys, right? So step 3, 4, 5, 6, these are the things that I missed. And so make sure you're checking this. It's going to tell you exactly what you did correctly and what you did incorrectly. And then what I can do, if I want to get a better score than 10 on this, which of course I would want to, I jump back over to my my folder where I was working a moment ago, and I take my Samuel Tarley number 2 file, open it up, and make further changes to it based on the instructions and based on what it told me I missed. And if I don't remember how to do it, all I have to do is jump back to my movie where Dr. Cruz shows us how to do things. Let's say I missed step number 14. I think he was about on step number 14 there. And I watched that instruction from Dr. Cruz. Let that
And
turn it up where you can hear it.
can you check in? Yes, and I didn't find anything else, but I did find the one.
So I can make my change and then save it, close it, submit it again, then check my grade again. And I want to get this score above 90% or above. So 90 or higher is what I'm trying to get on this score. So please make sure that you're, 1, watching the movies, 2, that you're saving and closing the file before you try to submit it, and 3, that you're looking at your grade reports and then making additional submissions based on what your score is. So these are things that have started to surface with this last round of SAM stuff. I wanted to make sure that you were aware of these things. If you have questions, please call me. Fastest way I can answer you can email me, but emailing takes longer than talking on the phone. If you want to email me and say, hey, give me a call at so-and-so number, I'm available at these times, I can do that too. So these are things I thought you should know, and thank you for your time and attention. Have a good day.